Here's my audience.
Hello, my name is Shelby Bivin, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to become a better effective listener. If you're already an effective listener, I'll be letting you know how to recognize the qualities of an effective listener in another person. There are 6 steps to becoming an effective listener. The first step is hearing. When the sound wave physically hits your eardrum and you hear the sound. That leads us to our next step, which is understanding. When that sound wave hits your eardrum, you have to understand what that sound means. You have to recognize it. An example of when you might not understand is if you were surrounded by people speaking a foreign language, you would not recognize those sound waves hitting your eardrum, and then you wouldn't understand. The next step is remembering. With remembering, you want to recall previous conversations you've had with people. When you do this, you avoid awkward conversations and situations with those people in the future. It also shows to that person that you are an effective listener and you do care what they have to say. Most people only recall 25% of what they hear, and what they hear and recall is only 20% accurate. The next step is interpreting. There are 2 parts to interpreting. First, you want to figure out if this person is being sarcastic. Are they being funny? Are they laughing? Are they smiling? Are they rolling their hands, talking with their hands, rolling their eyes? The next is, or are they being sincere? Do they seem serious about this subject? And the second part is signaling. Do you want to laugh in response to this, or is this something serious or something that brings anger? Next will be evaluating. Is what the speaker is saying true or false? Is what the speaker is saying comparing to what you've heard from other sources? This is a repetitive information, so you know that it must be true. And why are they talking about this? Do they have a passion for this? Do you think they really researched this item? Next is responding. You want to show that you're an effective listener, and you can do this verbally or non-verbally. You can applaud, you can even roll your eyes, you can cheer, you can show verbally with words of encouragement. And there are 2 ways of responding and giving feedback to a person's speech conversation. And that is formative, which would be during the person's speech. You would possibly even be interrupting, raising your hand, saying, "Excuse me, you have questions," as soon as it arises in your head. The next would be summative, where you create this list of questions in your head for the speaker throughout the speech, and at the end, you ask them a cumulative of all the questions you've had throughout the speech. So now, in hearing all these 6 ways, I know you too want to be an effective listener, and I have a way for you to do that. Something called the Hurrier model. That's H for hearing, U for understanding, R for remembering, I for interpreting, E for evaluating, and R for responding. This model is super easy so that you can remember in your everyday life how to be an effective listener and let people know you truly care what they have to say. Thank you.